In this video, we're going to talk about nutrition a little more. So at this time is how do you figure out what nutrients the plants need? So we talked about the plants needing several different types of nutrients, 17, some more, some less. There are macronutrients, micronutrients, which I will explain in another video. But now I'm just trying to figure out what nutrients that plant specifically need. Let's say you walk down the aisle and you look at your tree and it's slightly yellow, or in this case, the veins are green, but the rest of the leaf are yellow, or vice versa, or the entire leaf is yellow. So if you look at different leaves, and you might not be able to see it from there, but you will have different levels of different nutrients. When you see that, you know you have to apply something. But what are you going to apply? The way we're going to figure out this is there are some of them, and I'll put a small diagram over here. Some of them are easy to detect, easy to identify after you have some experience. But in general, you are not going to be able to identify a lot of the micronutrients that the plant needs. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some tissue samples. And to take tissue samples, there's a few things that I like to carry. Paper bag, always paper. I don't like using plastic. I don't think anybody recommends using plastic for this because you don't want to affect that leaf. A small brush if you need to clean that leaf. Not the case here. I never had to clean leaves over here, but if you are outside, sometimes there's dust, sometimes there is residues of something, and you don't want to collect plants that have dust or residue. Sharpie, or any type of writing tool that you can write on that paper, because you do want to make sure that you select the leaves, you put it in the bag and you mark where those leaves come from, what the variety is, so you can come back and look at the results for that specific area. And if you need to, like I said, if there is dust or there's some residues on the leaf, distilled water, a small bottle of distilled water that you can just quickly clean that leaf. But if you do use distilled water, make sure that you're not putting the wet leaf in the bag. Let it air dry a little bit before you collect. All right. So because I'm in an area where all the leaves are clean, all I need is my nice little paper bag. It's just a sandwich bag, and a writing tool, in this case, a permanent marker. All right. So I'm going to put my permanent marker in my pocket for now, and I'm going to start collecting the leaves. There are some things about collecting it. It's nice to collect early in the morning. Depend where you are, of course, but early in the morning should be fine. Don't let it go in the middle of the day. Don't let it go into later afternoon. And one of the main reasons of early in the morning as well that is going to help you is you get that plant to that lab as soon as you can. If the lab is in your same town or close by, you can actually drive the samples over there, or you can take it to a posting place and just mail that to the lab. Okay, post FedEx or something overnight. But for now, in our case, we have a lab in our town nearby, so we can just drive the samples there. Make sure that the samples do not sit in your car or in your truck for too long. So make sure that when you're ready to collect samples, you're ready to take the samples to the lab. All right, so we open that bag, and then we're going to collect usually around the middle part of that tree. I only have one bag with me, but if you have multiple bags, you can select plants that have, for example, the nutrient deficiency that you're trying to collect. You put it in one bag, and then you grab from different pieces of that tree. Don't grab all from the same area. Walk down, collect a few different ones, because you want to get a general idea of how the nutrition is on that entire bed. I'm usually collecting about 10-15 leaves throughout the bed, and most of them come from the middle, but I do get some sometimes from lower down but not too low, and higher up but not too high, like not the brand new that just sprouted. You can also, if you want to be that specific, select different bags for different levels. Like you get all of the ones from the top in one bag, all of the ones from the middle, all the ones from the bottom in another one. Make sure that you write it down. So in this case, I'm going to write citrus greenhouse and the variety. Because when you take it to the lab, you will need to fill out some paperwork that is going to ask when was it collected, where it was collected, location, the varieties, the type of commodity and everything, because that when they send you the results back, you will come back with all of the different nutrients that that specific crop requires. Of course, make sure that you tell your lab or pay attention to the fact that a lot of the lab results for tissue samples are focused on field production because they are looking for fruit. But if you are in a nursery like this, you are actually looking for green, for vegetative growth. So the parameters of each nutrient and the needs for each nutrient will be different for you if you want for a potted tree versus if you were growing a large tree in the field for fruit production. So that's pretty much it. You need your bag, you need a Sharpie if you are in a clean environment, you need a brush and some RO water to clean that leaf if you are in a place where there's some dust or some residue in that leaf. But if you do use this, remember to dry that leaf before you put it in the bag. White paper bag because you don't want it to condensate, you don't want it to affect anything on the leaf before it gets to the lab. Never metal, of course, because metal will affect your results as well. It will affect those leaves that are in here. That's pretty much it, how to collect. And I'm going to show you a result of a sample that I sent out, and you will see how it comes back and how you can read that in this video. All right? Thank you very much.